Today we're going to be talking even more about pemmican and a few other questions. Thanks for joining us today on Exploring the 18th Century with James Townsend and Son. I want to thank everyone for the massive quantities of great comments and questions that have been coming in recently. You've been doing a good job out there. Thank you so much for interacting with us. Canix Z asks, thanks for the videos on pemmican, but I'm wondering if maybe you could go into more detail in a video on the ways of preserving it. I've read about it being wrapped in cheesecloth, intestinal lining, dipped in wax. He's searching the internet but unable to find more information. Well, that's a really good question. And the pemmican, as we've stated in the videos, they put it in their rawhide bags and that was it. They probably stored it in a cool, dry place as best they could. And that's all the preserving that the period pemmican took. There are references to how the plain pemmican without the seeds and the fruits in it lasts longer. And we found that to be true with our pemmican also. When we made the seed pemmican, it molded more rapidly in a fairly short period of time, a couple of months, and it was starting to get a little fuzzy layer. But even that with your pemmican, if it's in a large block and it gets moldy on the outside, but you just cut the mold off and it should be good underneath. The preservation is really all about the suet that is part of that mixture. What you really are trying to do is seal the air away from everything. It's like coating it with wax. That suet is a lot like wax. I can't emphasize this enough. You really must use suet, which is kidney fat, and not muscle fat. Muscle fat will definitely go bad in a very short period of time, whereas the suet and the muscle fat, also called kidney fat, is very much like wax, and it does not go bad if it's been rendered properly. In that rendering, we go through that whole video where we render out the suet. If you're interested, make sure to watch that video because that'll really help you understand the difference between muscle fat and kidney fat, or suet as we call it. As for specifically preserving it, either wrapping it, putting it in cloth or paper, or coating it with wax, we haven't specifically experimented with that. So if there's a viewer out there who's got experience with doing that, we'd love to hear it because it's not something that we've experimented with yet. We've been doing a lot of experiments here with our videos lately. We're trying out new format ideas, the question and answer, interviews. What I'd like to do is I'd love to have some interaction. Have you seen something you really like about what we're doing? Do you not like the videos? Do you have some other ideas? If you've got some input, I would love to see it in the comments below. Thank you so much. If you've got questions, whether it's related to our 18th century cooking series, the 18th century in general, to James Townsend and Son and our products, any of those kinds of questions, I would love to hear. Make sure to give us your questions in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you can see our website and request a print catalog. I want to thank you for joining us today as we explore the 18th century.